Welcome back. We're going to use the sine and cosine rules in problem solving. For example, I'm not going to discuss the sine and cosine rules in this video, but I'm going to apply them. If you missed my lecture on sine and cosine rules, please go back. It's in the same playlist. Okay, let's see. The angles of elevation to the top of a mountain are measured from two beacons, A and B at C. The measurements are shown in the diagram. If the beacons are 1,473 meters apart, how high is the mountain? So this is what we're going to solve. X there. Maybe it's better with another color. Let's try. Yeah, it's better with blue. Okay, that is what we're going to solve. But according to what we learned, if so we have x sine 29.7 degrees, that should be is equal to, if we can find, since this is 1,473 meters, so we should have 1,473 here. It's a length of a side, and it should be sine something there that is opposite this one. So we need to find that. How can we find that? We have 180 degrees minus this one. This one is 180 minus 41.2. So we have 180 minus 41.2. Then that is 138.8. This one is 138.8. Oh, it looks like minus 8. 138.8. Okay, that means this now, this angle is 180 minus 138.8 minus 29.7. So we have 180 minus 138.8 minus 29.7. Then we have 11.5. This angle is 11.5. So sine 11.5. Finding the x, that is 1,473 sine 29.7 divided by sine 11.5. Our calculator. Then we have 1,473 multiplied by sine 29.7 divided by sine 11.5. Sorry. Then the mountain is 3,660, approximately 3,660 meters. Okay, another example. Find the measure RPV. That means RP, this one. Oh, maybe another pen is better. Maybe this one is better. The green one. That is what we're going to find. So, if we can find that, then we need to have length of PV. So if we call this P, and if we call this R, and if we call this V, we need to have length of that so that we can find our angle P. Okay? How to find that? Pythagorean theorem. We have for our P now, we have p squared is equal to 3 squared plus 5 squared. And we have p is equal to the square root of 9 plus 25. What will be? 33? 34? Sorry. 34. 9 plus 25. 34, yeah. For our r squared is equal to 6 square root of 6 squared plus the height now is 3 squared. So we have 36 plus 9. What will be? R is equal to the square root of 45. For our v, we have square root of, I will do it directly here. We have this one. What is this side? That is 5. That is 25. 5 squared. And this side, 6. That is 36. So our v is square root of 61. Okay? Squared, sorry. Now we are ready to find this the angle. We don't need to use sine rule because we need to have two angles. Then I can use the sine rule. Sine rule says a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine a. So if the opposite is p, here is my p, that is square root of 34, and that should be squared. That's it. And my b, it doesn't matter, r or v, so we have a square root of 45 squared plus square root of 61 squared, it doesn't matter which of them, minus 2 times the square root of 45 times the square root of 61 cosine p. That's it. And then we have, this is minus 45 there, minus 61 because they cancel. So we have 34 minus 45 minus 61 is equal to negative 2 times the square root of 45 times the square root of 61 cosine p. If we divide both sides of the equation by negative 2 times the square root of 45 square root of 61, then what we get now is 34 minus 45 minus 61. That is negative 72. So we have negative 72 divided by negative 2 square root of 45 times the square root of 61. This will become 1 now. And then 72 divided by 2 is 36, I hope. Okay, divided by square root of 45 times square root of 61 is equal to, this is now our cosine p. So our p now is arc cosine, the whole thing here. So our p, angle p, let's take our calculator here. We have arc cosine 36 divided by square root of 45 times square root of 61. Then we have 46.6. 46.6 degrees. One more. Stan and Olga are considering buying a sheep farm. A surveyor has supplied them with a given accurate sketch, as you can see in the picture. Find the area of the property, giving your answer in square kilometers and hectares. Okay. So we have area of the sheep farm of the farm is equal to triangle 1 and triangle 2. Triangle 1 plus triangle 2. So if we have triangle 1, that is 1/2 times 8 times 12 sine the inclusive 70 degrees plus 1/2 multiplied by 10 multiplied by, we don't know, that's x, we call it x, times sine 30 degrees. Let's find x first. How do we find x? We can find that by using cosine rule. So we have cosine rule says we have a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2ab and bc, sorry, 2bc cosine a. So if our a now is x squared, our b is 8 squared plus 12 squared, it doesn't matter which of them, minus 2 times 8 times 12 cosine 70 degrees, the opposite angle. And then we have now x squared is equal to 64 plus 144 minus 2 times 8 times 12, 16 times 12, 16 times 12, that is 192 cosine 70 degrees. So our x now is the square root of 64 plus 144, 64 plus 144, that is equal to 208. 208 minus 192 cosine 70 degrees. Okay, putting them now, putting the value of x there. Now, I'm not going to compute that because I don't want to round it off. So if I'm going to, this is 4. To simplify this also, this is 5. Then I have 48 sine 70 degrees plus, we have 5 times sine 30 degrees multiplied by, our x now is square root of 208 minus 192 cosine 70 degrees. Okay. And then we have our calculator there now. We have 48 sine 70 degrees plus 5 times sine 30 degrees times, maybe it's better that I'm going to put this one in a parenthesis, times sine square root of 208 minus, oh, that is also in parenthesis, sorry, minus 192 cosine 70 degrees. Okay, I hope we got it now. 74.9. 74.9 square kilometers. And 1 hectare is equal to 100 times 100 meter times 100 meter, that is 10,000 square meter, 10 raised to 4. So if we're going to change the unit into square meter, we have 1 square kilometer, that is 1 kilometer is 1,000. That means square of that is 1,000 square meter. Then we have 74.9 multiplied by, we have 10 raised to 6 square meter. So now the area of the farm is 74.9 multiplied by 10 raised to 6 square meter divided by 10 raised to 4 square meter. Then we have our hectare. That is 74.9 times 100. 0.9 times 100. 10 raised to 2. That's 100. Then we have 7 here in the middle there. 1, 2. We have 7,490 hectares. Okay, in my next video, I have a lot of examples here that I am thinking to solve for you, so that you will learn how to solve problem solving involving the sine rule and the cosine rule. So see you next time. I hope you will watch my next video, my next examples. Have a nice day.